But I think we have a DB problem. Um, the next signing needs to be a DB. Now, if it's not, whatever, I'm not gonna hold feet to the fire. But at the end of the day, I think it needs to be a DB. I think it needs. They know it must be a DB. Regardless, I know people have some sort of confidence in Jacorian Bennett. I do, right. Jacorian, to a degree, he shows some things, but me personally, right, like I'm not gonna hold my breath on it. And the main thing I do say about that at the same time is, as the roster stands right now, he's going to be that number 2 corner. He's going to be that second guy, right? And a lot of people are saying, when I ask people, what are you expecting from Jacorian Bennett? A lot of people sit there and tell me, well, I'm just expecting him to be Amik Robertson. Well, if that's the case, that shit ain't good enough for number 2 corner. It's not. It's not good enough, right? Like that's the reason they was fine with letting your boy walk. You feel what I'm saying? They felt like they could get better. And at the end of the day, we can. It's 100%. That's no shade, right? But there were things that Meek did that at the end of the day, you can live without, right? You can live without the shit that he did sometimes. So with Jacorian, if people tell me they're expecting a Meek Robertson production, that's not good enough, right? You need more than that shit. He needs to exceed that. So if that's all we're going to get, we have a problem. Right? We have a fucking problem on that side. I shit you not. And if we don't sign anything, I'm going to go into the season saying the same shit. We have a problem on that side. Whatever side he plays, that number 2 corner is a fucking problem because I'm not feeling that. You know what I mean? That's just that now. That's just me personally. Now he can prove me wrong and exceed expectations. Now, if that's the case, then shit, let's rock. Let's do it. Right? And you know me. I ain't never gonna push no agenda on this motherfucker. If somebody proved me wrong, then that's all power to him, right? That's usually a good fucking thing. But if he can't, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem because now there's a side that can be picked on, right? Each and every game, there's a side that's gonna be picked on. And now, if he can't work out, now we start going into like the depth of the roster now. Now we start to say, well, shit, we got to play Brandon Facyson. Come on, bro. I mean, cool veteran leadership in the building, but be real, bro. We got to play Brandon Facyson or whatever the case. Like, that don't strike no fear into my heart if I was an opposing team. Okay, you call a spade a spade. All right, now you go from that. Now you got 2 rookies you just fucking drafted in Richardson, DeMarcarian Richardson, right? And then you talk about MJ Devonshire. So these are 2 dudes you just drafted. Rookies, 4th round, 7th round, right? It's like, do we really want to fuck around and rely on that? And this is why I'm saying we have a DB problem. We need to sign another guy. At this point right now, there are still veterans on there, so I'm not going to panic, right? There's still other guys on the board. Gilmore's still there. Xavier Howard's still there. Steven Nelson is still there. I'm not a big fan, right? But Adoree Jackson is still there. Although I'm going to keep away from that. I'm not a big fan of Adoree Jackson. So I'll go ahead and keep that off the board. But regardless of it, these are guys that are still on the board. Not only do I think we need another guy as far just for the talent factor, but just for the factor of what I just stated, right? The room is young. The room is young as shit, right? Okay. And then right now, as it stands, it's spearheaded by somebody who all talent in the world, but keep it 100 on this motherfucker. It's spearheaded by a hothead motherfucker, right? In Jack Jones. It is, right? Let's be real. He's top dog in that room right now as far as DB goes. So as far as DBs go, you live with that, right? You take it for what it is, but it's spearheaded by a hothead motherfucker. I would like some more veteran guys in that building, right? That's just me. And that's not saying it's a bad thing as far as Jack Jones. I'm not saying that shit's a bad thing. All I'm saying is there's goods and there's bads to that. At the end of the day, I'd like a little bit more of that veteran presence in there to calm it down sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? Mellow it out, right? So now if shit starts spiraling out of control, we got to be like, chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? We're good, right? Either emotions, wins, losses, regardless of it, I would like that guy in the room. So that is my 2 cents, right? I think the Raiders do have a DB problem, but can it be fixed? Easily. With one signing, we're straight. One trade, we're straight, right? But I'm not gonna hold my breath on no trade, right? I'm not gonna do that. What I'm going. You got to eat the food that's in front of you, right? You got to eat the food that's on your plate. So I'd say you got to go with who's available, who's free, and the guys that are free are not bad options, right? They're not fucking bad options at the end of the day. So I think these are guys that the Raiders probably need to target. Talk about veterans, right? We already named those. Can you trade for somebody? Of course, right? I heard some rumblings of Greg Newsome early on. I heard some shit about Marshawn Lattimore not too long ago, right? And that interesting, right? Capital is going to be needed. You hear Jair Alexander, capital is going to be needed. So once again, like I said, you got to eat the food on your plate. So let me know how y'all feel, right? I think that I think we got a DB problem, but I want to hear about y'all, right? I want to hear what y'all feel. Do y'all feel like this is a huge problem? Feel like the Raiders are kind of ignoring this glaring problem, or do you think that this is something that we can go into the season and if this was the guys, if this was the roster standing, we can live with it? How y'all feel? Y'all let me know down below, man.